Right, but let me adjust this real quick. Let me see where we're at. I think that looks pretty good. Hopefully, we'll see. All right, get this all adjusted. Even the bar's cold.
Yeah.
All right, let me get this going. Just looking.
Pull your upper back. Yeah.
Yeah, there.
Tight. Keep your head in line with your body. Remember, at the bottom, don't have it up. At the bottom, look down, and then at the top, you just let your head stay with your body. That's it, basically. Good, good. Good. Resist a little bit more on the way down. So on the way down, go slower. On the way up, you could go a little faster if you want. I'm not worried about that. But on the way down, resist it. Oh, your grip is lasting good today.
Yeah.
Is it raining there also?
No.
That was good. That was a lot.
Yeah, I think God, it hurt. 31, I think. So I'm getting there. I mean, that's on the dark gray, but I think I could get to 40 before do anything different there.
I'm almost positive you're already strong enough for the black, but let's do like maybe another week of the dark gray to build up a little bit more stamina. So then we go to the black.
Whew.
But you're holding your form very well, even though once you were getting that, you still held it well. That all looked good.
Oh man. Yeah, I think I was initially on black, but then once you corrected my technique, I went down. So,
but now it's coming right back up because now you got the right form and you're doing it right.
Yep. Just give it a little time. Oh man. God. All right. So let me make sure I'm on this right. Yeah. Okay. So now it's the bent row.
Right. So you're doing like a kamikaze where you're not resting.
What's that?
Those are also good. You'll lose like probably 10% of reps. Let's say you were gonna get 20, you might get 17. But it's actually very good
if I don't rest.
If you don't rest, it's always very good to be able to do the ability to work out without resting. And you will feel it by this. Like, do it. Start now. Watch. What you're gonna feel is you're gonna get a lot tighter. By the drag curls, you're gonna be like super tight.
All right. And this one I'm doing for right now. I'm doing the underhand.
Yes, that's fine.
Yep.
Just relax yourself, chest out.
Let me get it just right about there. I'm just gotta adjust it a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, right about there.
Chest out. Slow it down. Now control your breathing. Is this the same band you're going to use for drag curls?
Yep.
All right. Try not to hinge down. Just pull it up. Don't move your waist, your knees, or anything. Right now, you should start feeling the stress because you obviously didn't rest a lot, so you're already starting to feel actual heart distress, most likely. So just keep on going. Relax. Keep on going. All right.
Yep.
See how that is? It's very hard to continue. It is very hard to continue with high level. Let's say like today's, like yesterday, I don't know if you saw my push workout where basically I did it nonstop. Now today I'm going to do it nonstop with a pull. So I'm going to do deadlift straight into bent row, straight into drag curl, straight into calf raises. And it will be heavy. It won't be like, it's very hard to continue from one to the next, to the next, to the next, and control yourself. All right. But let's grab that right now and let's start. I don't want you to be rested. I want you to be unrested. And I want you to learn how to control that kind of fatigue.
Under the additional pressure. Yep.
Yes.
Yep. Let me just get my hands got a little wet.
I love it when people tell me, "Oh, I was stronger when I rested 10 minutes." You're not stronger. You were rested 10 minutes. Are you stronger if you go back and do it right after the other? Probably not.
Yep.
You got to train both ways if you really want to be stronger.
This is more of the true hit, high intensity. All right. So, just give me a second. Get this. All right, and I lock this out. Maybe a little bit of a
like the pull. If you do it well, it should be done in like 8 minutes, 8.5 minutes total. If you do it like
8 minutes, wow,
it's like 8 minutes total. That's all it takes me around there.
So for this one, I've always tried to focus on
lean a little bit forward. Yeah, right there. Good control. Keep your elbows all the way back. When you go to the top, don't pull them up. Right there. Don't go all the way down. Go like right there. That's it. Right there. You should already be feeling heart distress at this point. Because you haven't gotten to rest. Good, good. Yeah, try not to pull it up. Good, good. Look at the size of your forearms right now. Because they're really swelling from that. You just did the deadlift, you just did the bent row, and you did like back to back. It starts really swelling up. You should be feeling a lot more pain than before. Good. Slow down, slow down. Don't go so high. How's your heart?
Yeah. I'm not wearing the heart rate, but it's up for sure.
Yeah, I know it's up. The key is just to relax. Okay, let's grab that band already so we could go to the calf raises.
Oh man.
The whole idea here is to
bring reps down. Gosh, man. Yeah.
To me, to tell you the truth, I love the short ones. I love the ones that you don't rest. It's like just gets it out of the way, but it kills you.
It does. It really does. And like you're saying, I think it sort of trains you in a different way.
Oh, completely.
Stamina versus strength. But I mean, you're still getting the strength there, but
oh, of course, because like I said, it isn't that I'm going to lower the weight today. I'm going to keep it at the high weight. I'm going to lose 2 or 3 reps at most, but it's very stressful to your body.
Yep. All right. Get the grip in there. It's a little off. Let me see. There we go. Yeah, the forearm sort of.
Yeah,
I mean, I got to failure.
The forearms are on fire, ain't they?
Man, yeah, that's the.
Yeah.
Out of the
The
two,
forearms, the upper body, your traps should feel tight. Everything should, everything in the top really is gonna feel tight right now because you use it continuously.
Holy moly, way different. Done. I mean, and so you don't even, when you go back to back, I mean, I've seen even, originally it was like a 1 minute rest and then it updated to 5 minutes. But what you're doing is not even waiting.
But I've had sometimes I've had like all my bands prepared in a certain way where I could just literally go from one thing to the next thing, to the next thing, to the next thing, to the next thing.
Super quick. Okay. Yep.
Yeah, as super quick as possible to really not even give yourself a chance to even just go. And that is very hard to do. Let's say that if you're doing the elite band for deadlift. You're doing the elite band for deadlift. When you finish, you're already dead. And now you're going straight into a black band bench row. And now to keep your body and stay tight and continue your heart having to, and then straight out of that, when you finish those two back to back, you're probably already cardiovascular, you're gone. But now get in position and start drag curling and have your heart have to calm down at the same time, and at the same time have to push that.
Yeah.
You have to mentally stay there, to be able to, because if not, you start hyperventilating. You have to know how to relax into that to be able to continue to actually exert force, even though your heart is literally at its max capacity.
Yeah.
So that's why I told people yesterday when they were asking about the breathing, this breathing is different than weightlifting breathing. You have to know here how to maintain core pressure while breathing besides that. So I know how to take air in and leave it in while still breathing. Not have to inhale once, exhale once. If you do that with this kind of constant tension, you're not going to be able to handle it. You have to be able to keep the air pressure in and still breathe above that and keep yourself calm. You'll see a lot of people like, I don't know if you saw yesterday, I was training Gabriel. Gabriel always gets to a point where he starts hyperventilating.
Okay.
You got to stop. Your reps are being limited by the point. Once you get tired, you start getting scared and your mind automatic. He's shallow breathing and no longer breathing at all.
Yeah.
Right? He gets to the point where he's no longer, of course you're going to fail because you're not, you got to relax while you're doing this. This whole people that tell you, you got to get mad. That's all bull crap. You have to be able to control yourself to keep exerting force, not act like a Viking, not act like a crazy person. You have to, it's all about the control of your breathing, of staying there to maintain the pressure.
Yep. And even in like regular bodybuilders, they talk about that, right? Like people that go and do regular weightlifting, they try to talk about the power of breathing, right? And that if you can control that, your reps, you'll be able to like really continue your.
That's how you start getting real diminishing range reps. You have to be able to control your breathing in a certain way where you're not shallow breathing and where you're able to breathe and maintain pressure at the same time, because you're going to have to keep on getting oxygen because it's demanding more as you get more tired. Yeah. But you have to be able to maintain the pressure inside you while doing it at the same time. Yeah. Right. Because let's say with deadlift, that's a very you're keeping a load constantly here. You're not stopping at lockout positions to rest or at the bottom to rest. So you have to know how to maintain the pressure and still breathe.
Yeah.
For a long time, because you're not doing one rep. You're doing what? A constant. So that's the key.
Yeah. I saw when I first started X3, a few years back, I remember going through a video and Jankovic was talking about this, and he, once you sort of get to that like point of failure, he was doing a breathing technique where he would, breathe in and then make that like sound, where you can like, so it's like a slow, I guess it's a slower type of an exhale type thing. And so I've been trying that and trying to focus, because you're right. When a lot of people are getting to that max, they'll just hold their breath, right? Or do the hyperventilating.
Shallow breathe to go.
Yeah, or that.
Yeah, like that, and they're not breathing at all.
Yeah.
And then now they're hyperventilating and not doing nothing.
Yep. And that just causes more stress, like you're saying. So I think the breathing is a powerful tool for sure. But yeah, thanks for your time today. It's I felt like that was pretty good.
That was great. I understand this is when you do it like this quick, is the one that gives you the most. Let's say when people say, well, but then you have to train cardio to go running or to go. No, you don't. Right. If you do it this way, trust me, you're going to outrun anybody. Once you start training this way, by the time if you have to run from a bear, trust me, you're going to run from that bear.
Right. Yeah, I know.
It just trains you at a different. You're amazed at how easily. If I needed to go running, I'll go running. I have no problem.
Sure. Yeah.
All right. It's just simple as that.
Just not steady state cardio.
No, exactly. No. I'm talking about actually running it. Like actually running. Not wasting my time. They're doing.
Yeah. No. Do you have, speaking of cardio, do you have clients or do you do any type of additional cardio? I mean, I've seen some people doing
not anymore. I used to do hill sprints. I like to go anywhere where there's an angle, and then I'll go do hill sprints, because those are the best type of things to do. Any kind of thing you run as fast as you can uphill for 30 seconds. Uphill is much better than flat running, because flat running could tend, especially if you're older, to pull your hamstrings or anything. While uphill, you're going to exert more force, and it's a lot safer. You want to always sprint uphill. It's the safest way to sprint.
Yeah.
People think the problem is that people go for every fad in the world, and they go, oh, sprinting is the way to go. Then they haven't sprinted since high school, and now they're 40-something. They've been lying on the couch. Then they go sprint, and they pull their groin, and they cool their hamstring. And you're like, you haven't sprinted since you were in high school, and now you think you were going to go out. Your brain dead.
You got to be careful.
They think they wonder why they got hurt. So,
Like
literally, if you go uphill, that is safe. You're not going to be able to outrun as fast, but you're getting the same kind of real taxing event to your body, but really safely. And that's what you want to do. Find anything that has a nice slope, do it and do it.
Is that something you would do like? Do you do that like twice a week?
Twice a week at the most. Especially if you're older.
Not every day.
It is a taxing thing, and it's going to give you the most benefit that way, because that's a thing where you get that that amount of extreme stress, and then you want to relax it. That amount of extreme stress and relax it. There's no reason to be doing that every day. You're not going to handle it. You're going to break down. You're not, what was his name? You're not, what was the Jamaican? Usain Bolt? You're not him.
Oh,
and even him was probably not sprinting every day.
Right? Yep. No, you're right. Yeah.
Right?
You don't want to overstress your body, because that's the problem with steady state too, is that, it releases high doses of cortisol. And then that's usually, I mean, people typically will start a running program.
That has, like, the reason the X3 works so well is because of how quick, you saw how quick that was, and you're done, right?
Yeah.
Weights, on the other hand, you had to spend an hour at the gym, and you're doing a bunch of constant repetitive movements. It's like carpal tunnel syndrome. You're going to get you're always stressing yourself more, because you're doing more and more in it. And that's what's going to somehow always leads to something. Like one of the guys here has problems with his wrist, and he's been doing yoga to solve it for like years. And I tell him, you notice that it hasn't solved it, right? And your wrist keeps hurting and you have issues with your wrist. Why the heck are you doing yoga, which puts your wrist like this in a million positions? You're constantly going to keep hurting your wrist. It isn't going to help it. It's going to make it worse, right? A lot of people tell me the same thing. They do yoga for back pain.
Yeah.
I say, has your back pain improved? No. They always have back pain, because I have back pain. Yoga. Well, maybe stop doing your yoga, and you'll probably relieve your back pain.
Yeah.
people love to do more than they actually need to do.
Yeah. Yep.
And they get themselves into more
I do
problems.
some like I don't do yoga because I know like that is like you're saying like active yoga can be hard on your joints. There are some stretches obviously you can do. I mean, I think that's something recommended after the X3 program to do that for like 30 seconds to a minute. Yeah, it's like not
quick stretches after you just did the workout. Not that the stretching is the workout. If you're stretching for an hour or so, most people eventually are gonna have problems with it. Especially if they're doing it every day and they think they have to do it every day, and they become like a thing where I have back, I have to do it again. I have back, I have to do it again, and they never associate. You probably have it from doing that. All that.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. I'm still recovering from some injuries too. I've had the tennis elbow when I used to go to the gym and lift weights, and then I blew out my shoulder a little bit, which still hurts now.
Bone spur in my right shoulder.
Right shoulder, yeah. So but it was because I went to the gym and I was bench press, and I probably wasn't doing it properly, and then I increased weights, and then it just,
Well, I have one arm longer than the other, so that forms a real issue with this hand. So the bar was always going higher to one side than the other because this arm is longer. So that caused an issue of where, imagine if you have a bar and a static weight and you're pushing it and there's a disbalance, you're going to push more. Somehow the shoulder is going to shift on you because one arm is longer than the other. It has to shift. So that kind of thing where you're not keeping, the thing is that you got to really keep that shoulder back and down.
Yeah.
With bench, you're going to try to always outlift yourself than you should. You're going to let this creep up on you somehow, right? That's what you see. You'll see that they're always creeping somewhere, and there starts coming the problem.
Yeah. Yeah. Right? And I kept having problems like that. My shoulder, my wrist, like my back, like
that's why I ended up benching reverse grip. Reverse grip doesn't allow your shoulder to actually move. Right? It actually
I haven't done that one.
The reverse grip is the best and safest thing for benching for the shoulders. If you're not worried about trying to break a record, right? Yeah. You reverse grip, and now your shoulders, you see, they're put in the right position. It can't literally move from the right position. Yeah. So you're no longer internally rotated. Your shoulder is actually back when you're doing
really
it in the right
position.
The
chest.
And eventually my bench reverse got just as stronger than mine. And that's the only way I was able to continue heavy benching. Yeah. Because I was doing everything reverse.
Yep.
All right.
I haven't tried that, but I could see that being beneficial. Yeah.
Oh, completely.
If you are going that route. Yeah.
To bench without any pain. As soon as I would go back to that, I wasn't able to. The right shoulder just wasn't capable because of the bone spur. But the other way around, it didn't hurt it at all.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good idea because like that's why I like the X3 is that I feel like this is something you can do forever, right? And really limit your injury as long as you're doing proper technique
and form without trying to be crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
What you see most people will be doing is why I tell you to keep your shoulders back and down. Most people are going to be trying to roll this as far as possible because all they're thinking in their mind is about the amount, and it's about the instead of control the damn thing to hit the actual muscle you're supposed to be working, and don't roll this. That's the issue you got into bench press, that they roll their shoulders forward on a bench. Right. They injure or shrug it up or whatever. You want to stay as tight as possible all throughout. Even once you're failing. Once you're failing is when you really want to stay as tight as possible and fail in the right form. You don't try to lose form to fail. You stay in the form and fail.
Yeah.
All right.
That's something else I try to, on top of this, the breathing techniques is trying to stay in that, like you're saying, in the proper, because I'll tend to want to do that too, right? Right when you're getting the failure, like with the deadlifts, you'll snap your knees or try to, do something else to sort of help with that. And I remember doing CrossFit, and they basically told you once you get to failure, like do all this craziness to try to push yourself, right? And
most CrossFit gyms, people think CrossFit. Okay, there's the CrossFit you see on ESPN where you see the real pro people that are super athletes, and then you have 99% of the CrossFit gyms out there that are run by Bozo the clown that downloaded the WOD, and he has no idea what form is in the first place. And CrossFitters are doing Olympic type lifts fast. You get the same problem. You get the person that hasn't done nothing since high school. Yeah. Gets to there, and now he's 35 and 40 and decides, I'm going to start CrossFitting right now and start doing Olympic type lifts quickly and explosively.
Yeah.
And then you end up
Bad
in
idea.
injuries in the hospital. You end up constantly because it's just stupid.
Yeah.
That's not a way to train. Like literally what you see in the ESPN, you're seeing the world-class athlete that has trained all his life. The guy didn't start yesterday.
Yeah.
He's trained all his life, and he's showing you what he's able to do. He didn't start in a CrossFit gym to yesterday, never doing nothing, and all of a sudden got there. That's the problem with CrossFitting. CrossFitting is a stupid way to train because you should have, in order to do CrossFit properly, you should have been training for your life.
Yeah.
Because you're doing Olympic moves and trying to get them without rest, because CrossFit is no rest and maintain form. These people are not going to maintain form with no rest.
Nope. So you have bad form to begin with, and then you're pushing
because they have no idea what form
exhaustion, right?
Exhausted. They're exhausted, and it's just stupid.
I mean, I did it for a while. I like the
thing is that
the
it's fun.
community feel, and it's fun, right? And there's some things there. Yeah.
But they will tell the people to continue, and you see that the continue is these people is completely out of form.
Yeah.
Keep on going. And you're like, why? They're already out of form completely. They're just hurting themselves.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's what I experienced, right? I ended up getting like my joints hurt, my wrists hurt, like, golf, golfer's elbow, all that stuff. So yeah.
It's just stupid.
But hey, thanks for your time today. I'm gonna stick to that. I'm gonna stick to that for a while.
The thing is that the X3 is like perfect, but it isn't sexy or cool, right? People, it's 4 moves and you're done, and you're pushing a band. No one thinks that's really. It doesn't really look cool, right?
Yeah, I think to be honest with you, like the hardest thing for me is that you definitely get some, obviously exertion and some things like that. But I remember when I did CrossFit or go to the gym or do running, you definitely get a bigger like endorphin rush, right? I mean, because you have a higher, I think, volume. But at the same time, like we all know, all of those different things can also lead to all these other problems, right? With physical problems.
The key with the X3 is that you have to eventually you learn to adapt to get to that level that you're able to push that kind of press. Once you get there, then you notice, wow, I definitely don't need to do nothing else, because that was horrible. Like the pain I got yesterday from the thing back to back lasted for over 15 minutes. My legs literally felt like they were breaking,
like still hurting.
Like extreme amount of stress. You're not gonna get that you never got that in a weight room, because it wasn't the same kind of it was like extreme, but it requires training to get there. You can't do it just from one day to the next. All right, I gotta.
No, you're right.
7:30.
Thanks, Mikel. Appreciate your time.
Bye bye.